Here, look. It has the name of the suite.
This is so exciting. We're in the Gladiator suite, Carol.
Oh, I thought we
Look
were
at
on
this
the wrong ship.
But you know, I guess most people go to their cabin before sailing.
Wasn't it exciting to see all those streamers?
Oh. Carol, come over here, look. There goes the Statue of Liberty. Don't you want to see?
I can't.
What's the matter? Why?
I might cry.
Why?
We'll be gone for such a long time. Suddenly I'm getting scared.
What a silly one you are.
I know, but 108 days is a long time. Now I know how a bride must feel. You're not only locked up, you're trapped.
Carol, the things that you imagine.
I know I'm silly, and I'm really excited about the trip. It's just that all of a sudden we're off. Imagine us going around the world. The whole world. I hope the captain doesn't get lost.
Nonsense. You know, the world is round. And if you just keep going, you're going to get back to where you started.
I hope so. Should we unpack or something?
It can wait. Goodness, they certainly make these cabins modern, don't they?
They sure do. I wonder what the people at the busy BT room would say if they could see us now. Here we are, underway, all a sail, and bound for, where is our first stop?
Trinidad. Carol, honestly, I should think you'd know the itinerary by now.
I've been too busy packing to study all those brochures.
We are sailing to Trinidad in the West Indies. Just think, 3 more days and we will be sitting under sun-drenched skies and the natives will be serving us milk from the coconuts.
How do you milk a coconut? Man,
Miss Simpson, ladies, I'm your stewardess. My name is Louise.
Oh, of course. Please, come on in, Louise.
If you need anything, just push the buzzer and I'll come at once. And if I'm off duty, there's Arthur, your steward.
Who is Arthur?
Your steward.
and if we push the buzzer, will he come too?
Yes, of course.
Goodness, that's nice.
Can I unpack for you or anything?
No, I think Carol and I can manage. One thing though,
Yes.
does the company mind if we redecorate the suite a little?
Redecorate? I don't understand.
Well, we brought some things from home, just to make it a little bit more homey. We're going to be gone for so long. There isn't a rule against people doing that, is there?
Oh, no, of course not. We only want you to be happy on your stay on the Andrea del Sarto.
What does Andrea del Sarto mean?
He was an Italian painter, a very good one, so our ship is named after him.
Oh, that's nice.
Can I get you something? Perhaps some tea before you retire for the evening?
No, thank you. We're just going to get out our night things and climb into the bunk, isn't it?
Yes, as you wish. Arthur, oh, this is Arthur, your steward.
These are for you.
Oh, thank you, Arthur. Let me put them here.
There's a card with them. If
Thank
there's
you.
anything else you wish, please push the buzzer.
We will, right?
Good night, ladies. Hope you will sleep comfortably.
Good night.
Good night.
Ooh, oh, Carol, what is it?
I think it's beginning to get rough.
Carol, you know, we're still on the Hudson River.
I hope I'll be a good sailor.
Well, you know, I bet Columbus didn't get seasick. People think too much about it. Did you see all those people down in the lounge popping seasick pills? What scaredy cats.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we just unpack our night things and we can do the rest tomorrow?
Sure.
Oh, flowers. Who do you think sent them?
Maybe our travel agent?
That would be a bit forward of him, don't you think? A card. Let's see. Have a nice trip. We'll miss you. Harvey Grouston. Wasn't that nice of him?
It was. You know, we really should send him a postcard from Africa when we get there. Good evening.
Our first company. I know we're not ready for it, but that's to be expected. Come on in.
Hello, ladies. How are you?
Good evening.
I'm looking for Mr. and Mrs. Watson. I thought this was their suite.
Oh, I'm sorry. You must be mistaken. I'm Vera Simpson, and this is my sister, Carol.
How do you do? I'm Lillian Gregory. Perhaps I can borrow your passenger list.
Passenger list?
It should be right there in the desk.
Wait a minute. Here it is, Andrea del Sarto passenger list. Isn't that a handy thing?
I take it you haven't traveled much.
Well, we did go to Chicago once, right?
Let's see. Watson, Suite 5, the Pompeii. I'm so sorry. I thought it was Suite 3.
Are they friends of yours?
I've never met them actually, but a mutual friend suggested I check them up.
Well, please, why don't you stay and have a cup of tea with us? All we have to do is push that buzzer, and this lovely couple comes in and serves us.
A couple?
Yes.
I think I better wait until I meet the Watsons.
Did you say Watson?
Yes,
Drew Watson?
that's right.
Well, that's me.
How do you do?
Hi, ladies. How are you? Here's my lovely wife, Frances. Come in, sweetheart.
I'm Lillian Gregory. The Barlows said to be sure and look you up. I obviously stumbled on the wrong cabin.
Well,
Heavens, don't stand there, please. Come on in.
But you're so busy unpacking and everything. I'm Fran Watson.
I'm so pleased to meet you, Fran. I'm Vera Simpson. This is my sister, Carol.
Delighted to meet you.
hey, I've got a great idea. Why don't we all go down to our suite, it's right down the hall, and have a drink. It's called a Pompeii Suite.
Thank you so much for that, but I think Carol and I are very tired. You know, Heavens, it just took everything out of us just getting from Rockaway to the ship in New York.
Have tea tomorrow.
Oh, now that would be nice.
Good night. We're right down the hall this way.
I'm glad I met you the first evening. Kit Barlow said we become great friends.
Look, we'll see you tomorrow. Maybe we can meet at the shuffleboard court.
We are very athletic.
Well, remember, you are now. After all, you're the gladiators.
Nice people we have on our floor.
Yes, remember we're on a boat.
Oh, and it's not a boat, it's a ship. But they all seem so very friendly.
I like the Watsons, but that other lady thinks she knows a bit too much.
Well, you know, she seems to have traveled a lot.
Why don't I change first and I'll turn down the beds.
Okay.
Vera,
Yes, Carol?
I think we must be out in the ocean now.
Why?
I think you're right.
Do you know where the life jackets are?
The life jackets. Why?
Oh, just wondering.
I think they're in the closet, Carol.
I'm still wondering.
Okay. I'll certainly be glad to get to bed tonight. You know, this bon voyaging thing is just so tiring.
Yes, and we have to rest up for what's to come. India, Rome, Africa. I can't believe it. Are you feeling all right?
Just tip-top. How about you?
Oh, just tip-top too.
Carol, do you think it will always be this rough?
Once we hit the Gulf Stream, it'll be just like a mirror. At least that's what the brochures say.
But you know, that's not for days.
You better get to bed.
Honey, I'm back.
Heavens, sir!
I'm sorry, I think I'm in the wrong room.
You most certainly are. This is the Gladiator.
Oh, the sweet thing. I'm down in the Borgia.
You know,
you gotta excuse me, we're beyond the 3-mile limit. You know, the bars are open.
Well, I really don't care.
You have to have a little drink, it's sailing night.
Sir, I don't want to seem inhospitable our very first night, but my sister and I,
Your sister? Oh, that's nice. You're traveling with your sister. I'm with my wife. Newlyweds we are. She wins this trip for writing in 25 words or less why she likes Lizzo for her undies. She wins the trip around the world for 2. She finally gets me hooked. And here we are. Can you beat that?
well, I certainly can't.
You know, we met at happy hour at the Grand Concourse in the Bronx.
Well, we're from Rockaway, New Jersey. We have never been to New York.
I've never been to Rockaway.
Vera! I'm ready!
How good?
Vera! Push the button, Vera! Push the button!
I'm not near it, Carol.
Hamilton Fisher, what are you doing in here?
I didn't do anything. I just stumbled in and spoke to this lady.
Girls, excuse me, but my husband has been celebrating a little too much today. It started at breakfast with a little bon voyage toast, and now he's just, come on, Hank, let's go back to our suite.
Oh, well, all right. You know, I was just telling her about New
In
York.
the morning, Ham,
Oh, all
please,
right.
don't hold this against us. We want to be real friendly with our shipmates.
Of course.
Nighty night. Nighty night.
Maybe we'll get a chance to get better acquainted in the morning. Sorry, girls, this is so embarrassing. You know, too much celebrating. You know how it is. No, I guess you don't.
My heavens,
You were very brave, Vera.
I didn't have a choice. But you know, at least tomorrow morning when we wake up, we'll look out and we'll see nothing but water.
And waves.
Carol, I feel like I was tilting,
Me too.
but I think I'm fine now.
Me too. I shouldn't think that ships this big would ever sink, would you?
Of course not. Well, you hardly ever hear of an ocean liner sinking. Oh, well, but there was the Lusitania. Oh, and the Titanic. Don't forget the Andrea Doria.
Sailing, sailing.
Come on, Ham!
Over the ocean blue.
That's so funny, if you had to carry it all the way from the gangplank,
Miss Vera bought it, I suppose.
of course, this suite will look like a museum before we get halfway around the world.
And this is only Cape Town. Imagine what they could buy in Hong Kong and Bombay.
Not Miss Carol. I think she's having her first taste of the world and loving it.
Oh, these Americans.
She was dancing on the upper deck until 3 this morning. You expecting Lillian?
Yes.
Are the ladies out?
Yes, Miss Gregory. They both went ashore very early.
Oh, what a shame. I so wanted to go with them. Well, if they return, will you please tell them that I'll see them at dinner tonight? Thank you.
Was that Mrs. Gregory?
Yes, and I do not understand. When I first saw her the night we sailed from New York, I say to myself, what Nero could have done with that one in the Colosseum? But now she seems different.
She's lonely.
I can understand why.
Sometimes they're lonely to put a wall around themselves and lock the gate.
I shall figure out that one when I have time.
Yes, but she has been different since Trinidad. Perhaps friendship has helped her.
Help me. Oh, God, somebody help me,
Here,
please.
let me-
Oh. 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 A lot of the Africans I've seen today walk barefoot. I don't know how they do it. I feel like the palms of my feet were spread all over the floor like molasses. It's my own fault. I walked in every bazaar and marketplace in Cape Town today. Louise, basin quickly, please.
Yes, monsieur.
Here, let me help.
This trip is absolutely killing me. If my insurance company doesn't want to pay out a big bundle of money, they better hold a prayer meeting for me. I'll never last another 71 days. Oh, thank you, Louise. Oh,
You had fun though?
you know, despite all this, yes, I did. I hope you get to go off ashore.
Yes, tonight Arthur and I are going into town.
Oh, I hope you have fun.
Huh?
No, it's fine. I'll get used to it. Come in. Oh, hello, Francis.
I'm glad the Tigers didn't get you. You must have bought this chair today.
I did. Isn't it quaint? You know, it's so homey and, oh, gosh, is it comfortable.
I saw you once and waved from the taxi, but you were too busy looking in the shop windows.
Well, you know, I'm just a businesswoman at heart. We do have a little shop in Rockaway.
Which shop is that?
Oh, we sell antiques and bric-a-brac.
I thought you had a tea room.
Oh, well, we have that too.
And the antique shop?
Well, yes, and a lot of other things. Well, there's a bank on Main Street, and we have a gas station. Oh, I guess there are two of those. Oh, and the Rockaway bowling alley, and, oh, some supermarkets, scads and scads of houses. Oh, and just recently, we built some condominiums for seniors. But, oh, sorry, they don't want to be called seniors. They want to be known as active adults.
Where did they all come from?
Our grandfather Kemper left all of Rockaway to us.
The whole town?
The whole town. He won the land in a poker game. And then he proceeded to just build up the town. There are a bunch of lawyers and advisors who help us, but Carol and I really want to keep our fingers in the pie, so we've been very busy. In fact, we have been so busy, this is the first time that we're getting away since Chicago.
And I think Drew is busy, and he's the top lawyer in the firm of Sullivan, Watson, Sullivan, and Sullivan.
I hope those Sullivans don't gang up on him.
They're all great friends.
Fran, I'm afraid this is very rude of me, soaking here.
I envy
What?
you.
Well, come ahead, dunk with me.
I'll soak when I get back to my cabin. Drew is lying down, and I don't want to disturb him.
Fran, I shouldn't say this, I suppose, but I don't think Drew is looking very well recently. Is everything okay?
It's so hard to keep him down to a slow pace. He's always been such an active man, and now, well, it's hard.
Is something the matter?
No, of course not. What could be the matter when you're on the vacation of a lifetime?
Oh, plenty from where I sit.
You mean Carol?
Who else? You know, I hardly even set my eyes on her last night. We went to the movie in the lounge. Carol got up and left right in the middle. After the movie, I went looking for her. I looked all over, and then finally, I looked in the rendezvous bar. And there was my sister, dancing and wiggling to some South American thing with a strange man.
No one is a stranger on a cruise. Don't you think we all need to let loose occasionally?
I'm all for cutting loose every once in a while. But this afternoon, Carol called me old-fashioned.
She'll settle down after the novelty has worn off.
I can hardly speak to her anymore. She's become a complete stranger.
People change.
Fran, darling! How nice of you to drop in. Cape Town is such a lovely town. I can't wait to change my clothes and go out on a nightclub tour. Hello, Vera. What are you up to?
I'm soaking.
Poor dear.
I really do have to run along. I'll see you both at dinner.
Certainly.
Goodbye.
Why don't we meet at the cocktail bar at 7:30?
Not tonight, thanks. Drew's not feeling well, but we'll take a rain check, all right?
Tomorrow then.
Sounds good. Bye-bye.
I like her. You know, we have to call Arthur. Somebody must have brought this chair into the wrong cabin.
Excuse me, but I bought it.
For what?
Well, to sit in, of course. I thought you might enjoy it also.
Carol, dear, I think it's time we had a sisterly talk. I don't think you're getting anything out of this cruise at all. You might as well have stayed in Rockaway. You're not expanding. You're not broadening. We're seeing the whole world, and you're not keeping a pace with it.
At least I'm not becoming a comic book figure like you are.
Implying I am?
If Grandfather Kemper says, that's it.
I
Shoe
never.
fits. If the shoe fits. Carol, you know, you stay up all night at the bar, dancing and wiggling like a saloon hall girl. If that's keeping a pace with the world, I don't want any part of it.
Vera Simpson, you're the one who thought that we needed broadening. You coerced me into coming on this cruise in the first place. And now, just because I recognize the mistakes we made in life and am trying to rectify them, you get into a snift!
I am not in a snift. I just think you're making a public spectacle of yourself.
Well, that's it. People on a cruise are supposed to be bright and sophisticated. It's expected of us. And if you would kindly remove that Stone Age chair to another part of the cabin,
I certainly will not. This is my cabin too, and I can do anything I want.
have it your way. Then, put it over there, will you please, Arthur?
Yes, Miss Carroll.
And bring me a scotch on the rocks.
Scotch?
On the rocks. Bring me 2 of them. I might need them both.
Yes, Miss Carroll.
You know, Carol, your show of alcoholism does not impress me at all.
If you want to address me, kindly do it through a third person. Then,
I raided the town. There isn't a store I haven't been into. Look at this genuine African drum I got. It says so right here. Made in Africa by Africans. Is something the matter?
Ha! Ask her.
You sure you want these, Miss Carroll?
positive. I need a shot to pick me up.
Would you like me to put a little water in it?
Straight. Here, join me.
You know, black coffee is so much better for the 2 of you.
Scotch will put you on your feet.
Coffee is better.
Live modern.
in a way.
You don't sound very ecstatic.
You know, it's been such a long time. Sometimes I think this cruise will never end. Los Angeles now, then through the Panama Canal, and finally back to New York.
Then home.
I'd give up a week of this cruise just to stop at Mr. Gosser's drugstore in Rockaway. Don't you get tired traveling all the time? I mean, all the time?
I used to, but I'm adoring this trip.
Aren't you always glad to get home, though, to Philadelphia?
I think maybe this time I will be.
More than usual?
I hope so. It's a long story, but Francis Watson has helped me a great deal. Well, you know what? I better get going because I want to check on the reserves for my party.
That's right.
Can you imagine me giving a cocktail party in my own suite? A while back, I would have never dreamed of such a thing. I do hope you and Carolyn will come and put aside this childish nonsense.
Well, I'll certainly be there. I can't speak for Carol. She hasn't spoken to me since Cape Town.
Well, it takes two, so I hope to see you at 8:30.
I hope Carol will come around.
I hope so, too. Oh, Carol! I'm just saying that I hope you and your sister will come to my cocktail party. I'll be there.
Carol, I'm going in the bedroom to change for Lillian's cocktail party. If you don't want to be in the same room with me, you can stay out here. And if not, just write me a letter.
Sarah, I'm just an old fool.
You know, Carol, you're really not old. Cool.
But I am a fool. I've ruined the vacation. I've made you ashamed of me. And I'm just an old fool.
There, Carol. No, I still like you.
You do?
I do. You've just been a little sick, that's all. You know, if we'd been in New York, I would have had you psychoanalyzed.
I tried the grass in the other pasture, Vera, and it was just as green as it was here, not greener.
I could have told you that.
And I'm just tired. I am so tired.
Carol, what's gotten into you?
I just can't keep it up any longer, that's all. I thought at first that it was the thing to do, to be just like the brochures. On the run, gay, sophisticated. Going to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning was fun for a while. And then I just got tired. Remember when we were in Cairo, and you thought that I went into the native quarter with that Egyptian on a camel?
Yes, you know, I was worried that you were going to be camel sick riding between those humps.
Well, I didn't go. Do you know what I did? I rented a room at the Cairo Hilton, and I slept there all day long. I didn't see anything of the city, not even Cleopatra.
My poor Carol. Oh.
It isn't funny. Just now I was up on the sun deck, sitting in my chair while I was lying there, and these two people came along, and they leaned over the rail, and they were talking about someone, and they made her sound so funny that I almost laughed out loud. Well, I was sitting there having a grand old time eavesdropping until I heard one of them mention that old fool in the gladiator suite. And I knew they meant me. And they're right. I have been so mean to you. And everyone on the cruise thinks I'm the ship's idiot. I should just throw myself overboard.
You know, Carol, that would be really silly. Plus, you don't even know how to swim.
Don't make fun of me, Vera. Just forgive me. I promise I'll be the old Carol again, just like I used to be.
Of course I forgive you. You know, you're my little sister. You know, there was something about the new Carol that you get up and go, I really admired it. I would have told you that, but you wouldn't listen to me.
You know, there's something that I've been dying to do ever since Cairo. Can I?
Whatever it is, go right ahead.
It's so comfortable. Can I stay here for a while?
No, ma'am. You know, we've got things to do. The Simpson sisters have been invited to Lily and Gregory's cocktail party, and we are going.
But I just want to sit here and rock.
Now, Carol, didn't you learn a lesson? Remember that article that we read about Williamsburg, Virginia? Well, that's us. We need to be overhauled and reconstructed and keep some of our, rustic charm.
You're right, Vera.
Now, go fix your face and let's get ready.
I promise I won't have anything stronger than a Shirley Temple.
You know, I guess everyone is learning something from this trip. Lily and Gregory seems to be a lot more human than she was. And Angie and Hamilton Fisher, well, you know, there's something strange going on there. I think he gambles for money.
Really? You really have to get to know people in order to really be friendly with them.
You know, I really would like to be able to peek in their suites and see the truth.
Me too.
But I really wouldn't want anyone peeking in ours.
That's true.
Come on, Carol Simpson. We're starting the last leg of this cruise on a new foot. We are the renovated Simpson sisters, and we're going to have a whale of a time. Bon voyage, Carol.
Bon voyage, Vera.
Thank you, Louise. You must be glad we're through the bad weather. I don't know how you do it.
Well, like everything, one gets used to it.
Are we going to arrive in Trinidad on time? I mean, with the storm we went through?
On the North Atlantic run, we would call that storm a typical day. I'm sure we'll be on time. Are you excited about the first port of call?
Reasonably so, but not like my husband. He thinks he's Balboa discovering the Pacific Ocean.
That I like. To have enthusiasm is always a good thing.
He's now enthusiastically soaking up the sun.
It is always the same the first day. We have good weather. The sun is hot. We left New York 3 days ago. It was rough. Everyone was wishing he had gone to Florida for the summer, for the winter. But today we're cruising through the Gulf Stream and everybody is happy he came. It is always so.
I suppose everyone will look like a lobster at dinner tonight.
A lobster?
Red.
Oh, yes. The passengers just never believe the warnings. Tell me, Mrs. Watson, why do all Americans work so hard to get tan?
So when they get home, everyone will know they've been away. It's like putting stickers on your baggage. Have you been a stewardess long?
7 years.
It must seem like being in the Navy. You join up and see the world.
I don't know. There's not much work here, and I don't really know. But in the private world of the ship, I have room, meals, and money to save for when I travel no more.
You mean for when you get married?
Someday. But one thing I know for sure, I'm going to have my honeymoon on land. I must go. There's always something to do.
Thank you, Louise.
You're welcome.
Oh, hi, excuse me, Louise.
Certainly.
Come in. Hey, un bel Dio.
Come again?
Un bel Dio.
To whom have you been talking?
Well, I saw a couple of guys on the deck from the crew, and they were painting this life raft. And I asked them about it, and it says, it's a beautiful day.
Darling, I went to school in Lucerne. I majored in languages.
Then how come you didn't understand what I said?
Your accent is interesting, that's all.
I'm just trying to be a little continental. Come on, let's go up and get some sunshine.
Darling, we left New York 3 days ago. We have lots of time. I've got to mail these postcards in Trinidad tomorrow. You know everyone expects them.
Again with the postcards. Having a wonderful time. Wish you were here. Wish you were here. Having a wonderful time. Having a wonderful wish. Time you were here.
I did not. You have to have variety. It's the spice of life.
Look, I just came back from my book. I'll meet you up on deck. I don't want to miss any more of the sun.
Sure you've got everything?
Yeah, let's see. I got my suntan lotion.
Got your sunglasses?
Yeah, I got my sunglasses.
Goodbye then. Don't stay too long. The tropic rays are known to cause...
I know they're dangerous, and we've got 105 more days in the sun. I know, I know.
Now go and let me finish the cards. But Drew,
Yes?
you're forgetting your book. Make a bargain with me. I'll be another half an hour. Every time you come back here, you give me $1. If you don't come back at all, I'll buy you a cocktail before dinner.
You know, honey, you have a surprising lack of faith in your own husband.
I have a surprising insight into his character.
Well, okay, I'll tell you what, you're on. I mean, you may not realize it, but you just made a deal with one of New York's finest attorneys. He's known throughout the city as a guy who's got a great memory. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll meet you before dinner, and we'll order something or other.
Just leave the $1.
You know, it's not fair. I haven't even been upstairs yet.
But you came back. Why?
Well, because I got Trinidad in you, and I really wanted Hong Kong in you.
Leave the $1.
Oh, where's your dollar? Dollar, leave the dollar. Leave the dollar.
Hello? Why, of course you can. No trouble at all. Bye now. Come in.
Good morning, Fred.
Good morning, Mrs. Gregory. I was expecting someone else. Miss Simpson just called to borrow some suntan lotion.
I always make a written list before I travel. I agree with the Boy Scouts. Be prepared. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Of course not. Please, sit down.
These staterooms are charming, aren't they?
Just beautiful.
It's just a wonderful, wonderful scene. I was very distressed at my last cruise to South America. By the time I hung up all my clothes for the daytime dresses, there was no room for the evening clothes. It was totally ridiculous.
Drew and I have been to Europe and to the Indies, but this is our first long cruise. I'm sure we're going to enjoy it. You know, trying to get a husband away from work for 3 months is a major, major project. It isn't as if Drew were indispensable to the firm. It runs very well without him.
My husband was the exact same way, except his company couldn't get along with him.
Come in, come in.
Hello, ladies.
Hello?
We called Mrs. Watson to see if we could borrow some suntan lotion. The ship's paper this morning said, where is it?
Here it is. Okay, we are expecting very hot weather, so don't ruin your first few days of your trip by exposing yourself to too much tropic sun. Take it easy. We recommend a good suntan lotion. It is available in the ship's store.
So we went to the ship's store, and it's closed until noon.
Would you pass that to her? Here it is.
Thank you.
Make sure you
very
lather
much.
up.
We'll return this as soon as the store opens.
Oh, think nothing of it.
We'll see you on the dip later. Isn't this neighborly? I feel like we're borrowing a cup of sugar.
We go out the back.
Aft, Carol. On the ship, it's aft.
I can never remember which is where on a ship.
It's very simple. Forward is ahead and aft is in back. You remember it by saying aft is after.
That's very clever.
As I was saying, I dropped by to ask you a question.
Well, hey, un bel deal, Mrs. Grant.
On Belladere.
Hey, I gotta show you this. I just picked up the ship newspaper that gives you the news all around the world. There's stuff going on in New York that's really exciting stuff.
Are you talking about the hurricane?
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's right here, the hurricane. New York has 2 inches of rain and it's still falling. Huh. You're really excited about that, I see. Here's your dollar. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Is your suite always this busy?
It's a little complicated. It's getting more so. I hate to think what it will look like in another few weeks. We just love people. It's always been this way. Wherever we are, there's always a steady stream of humanity coming in and going out. Drew attracts incident, and incident always has someone connected with it.
Don't you ever want privacy?
I wouldn't change our lives for anything on earth. We've had a wonderful time.
Well,
I enjoy life.
I understand that it's nice to find somebody who is enthusiastic about life, but I did come here to ask you a question. If you can fit me in between callers.
What do you want to do?
Mrs. Barlow said you were an excellent bridge player. I thought we could enter the tournament as a team.
Maybe she said I played a lot of bridge. That's possible, but in her most diplomatic, she never could have said I was excellent.
No, I remember distinctly.
Anyway, I promised Drew I'd enter the deck games with him. They're having a couples tournament in shuffleboard, but next time, I'd love to.
I don't want to go to that game and take pot luck. You know how it is.
Well, why not take a chance? You might not win, but you could have more fun. How about the Simpson sisters? I think they're a wonderful pair.
Those sisters? Really? Oh, I don't know if I could handle that. I may just settle on a book from the library.
As you wish. It's just that I can't understand complete independence. I'm always leaning on someone.
How do you do it?
Do what?
Make friends, enjoy yourself, have a good time of life.
Come now, seems to me you need to have a good, long talk with someone.
No, I'm all right. I'll be all right.
Would you like a glass of water, a drink?
No, please. I'm sorry, this is quite unlike me.
Hey, we all come apart of the seams every now and then. Do you want to tell me about it?
Oh, Fran. I can't take the loneliness anymore. It's becoming too difficult for me. I look at you. You're so happy. It radiates. You have friends, people who care about you.
I'm sure you do.
No, I don't.
Everyone has friends.
I had my husband. He was everything to me. We lived for each other. He died, and there was nothing. Oh, he left me money. I have that. There is no one who cares. There is no one who needs me. I didn't think I needed anyone else either. I was going to be the self-sufficient widow. I started to travel. First it was 1 trip a year, now it's 3. I don't know how to live. I don't know how to be human. I'm a shell. It's no use. I can't do it anymore. I can't. Soon I'll be going on shore alone.
Did you ever think that perhaps you placed too much importance on yourself and too little on other people? I don't think you offer yourself for friendship. When we meet people and we say, "How do you do?" they look at us and behind our eyes they either see an open door or a wall. You're a wall, I'm afraid.
Every time I take a trip, I say, this time will be different. I'm going to try harder this time. But it's starting all over again, the same as always. It's no use. Soon I'll be going ashore alone, forcing myself on others, sensing the, "Oh, here she is again," attitude. Sometimes it hurts, just like now.
Well, we have 3 months, and if you'll let me, I'd enjoy nothing more than trying to help.
You know, Fran, maybe if I felt someone was helping me, really helping me, maybe I could change. Maybe if I felt needed.
All right, Lillian, we'll call this cruise Project Friendship, right?
Right. And by the time we dock in Gibraltar, I could be as lighthearted as you.
I hope more so. More so.
Hey, honey, the camera, quick.
Closet, back hook, all over.
Oh, boy, you gotta see this ship heading away. It's a biggie. It's coming in, I think, from the port side or the starboard side. The hell with it. It's coming in from the right side. I think it's the Mauritania. It is a biggie. Oh, look at that one. I got another one. Oh, I got another one. Hey, I got 3 good shots. Oh, by the way, honey, I'm out of dollars.
Oh, Fran, I like him so much.
My husband is going to die, Lillian.
True?
Maybe I need someone to be honest with, too. Maybe I need help. Someone who understands.
My God, I can't believe it.
It seems impossible to believe. He doesn't know I found out, but his doctor is a very good friend of ours. He thought I ought to know. It's his heart. He may go today, this moment, or maybe not for years. In his own way, Drew is trying to make this trip something special for us, that once-in-a-lifetime thing to have together. I wouldn't spoil it by letting know I found out, but I guess I had to tell someone. Perhaps you understand more than anyone else in the world.
Fran, I do.
So don't be envious of my happiness, Lillian. Don't make surface judgments. Well, there it is. We're 2 people who were possibly going to play bridge together 15 minutes ago, and now we're bound with the threads of truth.
Fran, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to play in that bridge tournament. Win or lose, I'm going to have a good time.
And let's meet at the bar at 6:30 for a double martini. To Fran, I owe you $1. What in the name of heaven are you doing here?
Well, I was up on the deck and I was absorbing all of that great sunshine, and then it became cloudy, so, I'm here. Oh. I picked up this brochure. It says Cruise to Trinidad, and I wanted to show it to you. It says here, the island of Trinidad is one of the most beautiful in all the West Indies. The ship will dock at Spain. It's highly recommended to tour the world's famous garden and pitch lake. I think we should sign up for it.
It's like that sounds wonderful.
You bet, honey. Let's go.
Thank you. Let's have some champagne, please.
Oh, you bet. Here you go, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Boy, I tell you, I think I really deserved that first prize.
The masquerade?
Yeah, I think I was the most dashing pirate of them all.
Darling, there were about a dozen at the masquerade. I thought you were the prettiest,
Well,
but I wasn't a judge.
look, yet I was the most dashing because that's why I won the first prize.
It was a nice masquerade, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was very nice. Yeah. The biggest surprise, though, was Lillian Gregory. She came down dressed as the captain. She's a lot of fun.
Do you really think so, Drew?
Absolutely, sure.
I'm glad. She's a nice person.
Yeah, my first impressions are always wrong. I thought she was dud, a real dud, the first couple of days. And I was wondering, why were you seeing so much? You were spending a lot of time with her. But, as usual, you were right, I was wrong.
Everyone else seems to think so, too. She's become very popular.
Yes, she has. Well, I'll tell you, it's just that... Oh, great. Let's see who the hell this is now.
Listen, I gotta talk to you because Ham's on his way down here and I have to talk to you before he does anything. I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
No, of course.
Not at all, Angie, not at all.
Well, I don't know how to say this, but Ham is on his way down here, and well, I left him in the bar with a drink in his hand so I could get to talk to you first, before he does. He's going to ask you to play cards with him, Drew, and I think you shouldn't.
Wait a second. Cards?
Yes.
This time of the night?
Yes, you see, it's this way. He gambles. Not for his living, He owns a fleet of trucks, and they're almost paid for in another year. But he does gamble. I don't want you to think he's an out-and-out cheat, but he sort of helps his luck along a little bit, if you know what I mean.
No, not exactly.
It's a sort of sickness with him. He's got to win, so he takes advantage. I try to stop him from taking other people's money, and that's why I rushed down here to talk to you.
Angie, it was very nice of you to come down
We
here and warn
appreciate
us.
being taken into your confidence.
Well, the amount doesn't matter. It's the principle. Well, there it is. I told you. Please, don't think bad of Ham because of this. It's like the measles. It's something he's got to get over. Well, I'm glad you both understand. Ham's a lug in a lot of ways, of course, but he's the kindest soul in the world. He's trying so hard to be sophisticated for me. We never had much of anything, and we're still learning the ropes of how to behave.
You're doing beautifully.
Honest?
Absolutely.
It's quite a shock being among so many blue bloods.
Well, look, it takes more than money to take you around the world to change the color of your blood.
Yeah, thank goodness. Wizzo is picking up the tab for this. Well, thanks for understanding. I didn't mean to barge in and, oh, you're having champagne.
Yes, we are. Please, have some too.
Oh, I shouldn't, of course.
Well, you will, and of course you'll drink to us. You know why? Because this is our anniversary.
Champagne, I love it. Honest, it's your anniversary?
Yes, this is our anniversary.
Not a wedding anniversary. We met 40 years ago.
Yeah, Fran picked me up. I was in Columbia Law, and I was in one of those Greenwich Village, basement apartments.
And I was meeting a date for dinner. I was walking down the street when the wind blew my hat off.
Right into my window.
What could I do? It was my only hat. So I rang his bell and...
When I opened the door, there she was.
Could I have my hat, please?
And I said, sure, where is it? I hadn't seen it blown into the window and onto the floor. So in actuality, this is really our anniversary.
Gee, how romantic. Here's to you.
Thank
Here's
you,
to all
thank
of us.
you, dear.
Well, what happened to your date? Wasn't he mad?
No, it was my father.
I think Ham is here.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, yes, it's him.
Hide in the bedroom.
Okay,
Hide in the bedroom.
Another
He'll
one.
blow a fuse if he knows I talked to you.
We'll get rid of him, don't worry.
Yeah, we'll take care of everything. You all set? Well, I have it, Tim. What a pleasant surprise.
Francis!
Good to see you. How are you?
Gosh, it looks like you're ready for bed.
Well, yeah, I didn't get into my pajamas yet, but I'm ready.
Oh, well, I thought to myself, it's a good evening for a nice little game of cards. And I immediately thought about you.
Well, thank you, Pam, but, not tonight. Maybe tomorrow morning.
All right, sure. Just a nice little friendly game.
Yeah, I'd love to. By the way, wasn't our costumes terrific last?
Oh, yeah.
I gotta admit it, I won first prize. I call him Mr. Putz. But even though I got Mr. Putz for first prize, I thought that your costume was so far superior to mine. I would like you to have this, and I'm sure your wife would love it too.
My costume was superior to yours.
Absolutely. Where is your wife?
Listen, she's gonna love this. I guess I'll go find Angie and call it a night. She's probably out gazing at the moon. She is so romantic. I am such a lucky guy. Girls like her don't grow on every bush. She's always out looking for my best interest. Wow.
I know.
It's a great one, ain't it? All right.
You gotta leave, I'm sure, right?
I'll see you tomorrow. Good night, Francis.
Good night, Ham. Have a good evening, guys.
Clear?
Clear as crystal.
I wouldn't want Ham to get into trouble playing cards with you guys.
We understand.
Well, I better get back while he's still out gazing at the moonlight. Good night.
Good night. Have a good evening.
Shall we try our toast again?
Oh, God, why not? Let's try one more time.
Happy anniversary, darling.
Happy anniversary, sweetheart. Oh,
You tired?
I'm exhausted.
Well, you're not 20 anymore.
Yeah, but look, I look it, don't I?
Not quite.
Man. Friend, I was thinking, this trip has really been a great success, honey. So next year, look, how about we go on this North Cape cruise?
If you'd like.
What do you mean if I like? How about you, honey? Wouldn't you like?
Of course, but let's finish this trip first.
Well, look, we can do that. But I really have to be sure the office can get along without me again. I just happened to bring the brochure down for you to look at. I mean, look at this, the North Cape. You leave New York, you land in England. Now, it'll be in the summer, of course, so we can go next summer or the summer after that.
Stop it! Stop it!
Stop what?
This summer, next summer, now, Drew! Now, what about now? Let's enjoy this trip, this moment, this day.
You know about it, don't you? Lyle told you? He never should have told you.
I have a right to know.
I never could keep a secret from you.
You never used to try.
Well, I guess we better talk about this, honey, but how does one begin?
By crying, I suppose. I think I'm going to.
Come on now, this isn't like my girl. You know, I'm not going to the gallows in the morning.
Just for once in your life, try not to be funny.
I'm not. You know, Lyle said it was just one of those things. And with this kind of heart trouble, you just have to take it easy, and there may not be anything to worry about for quite a while.
How long is quite a while? A week? A month? A year?
Honey, that's all any of us have, is quite a while. Look, the ship may sink. Tomorrow, you might fall down a flight of stairs. I've just been giving a warning, that's all. So look, let's try not to think about it, shall we? Let's continue on the cruise and have one hell of a good time.
Drew, how can you?
Well, look, honey, you know, all right. You know, we have a choice. We can get into black, and we can sulk around all day, or we can go on just as we have been. Don't you see, Fran? We're just like anyone else, except we've been given a look. Really, it's a hint into our future. It gives us an opportunity to enjoy ourselves much more right now than anyone else in the world. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if our luck changed a bit.
A good lawyer can rationalize anything.
Well, look, suppose I just died a year ago with no warning. You know, suppose that happened. I know it didn't, but we have a reprieve right now. A chance to really get the most out of what time is left. Look, honey, I never would have said thank you for so much. For being you, for making me the way I am, for making every day seem exciting and different. You know, you make me so glad to be alive. Come on, sweetheart, smile. Now, no more worries, no more tears. I gotta get those tears away from your eyes, honey.
No,
Please.
no.
Oh, look, we're gonna have the best cruise any couple ever had, right?
Okay,
Okay, look, one last toast?
one more to
Okay, let's have one more.
us.
To us. Happy anniversary, sweetheart. Okay.
Now to bed. Tomorrow we have to work on our suntan, and then the next day off on land again. I'm tired.
Oh, God, so am I. You know, the masquerade was fun. The sisters really gave me a laugh. I don't think they've spoken to each other in 2 weeks. What do you suppose is the matter?
I think Carol is throwing over the traces.
You know, Fran, are you angry because I didn't tell you?
Not really. Not at all. I think it was wonderful of you.
Well, Fran, I love you very, very much.
I love you too.
Good night, sweetheart.
Good night.
Come in. Oh, Arthur, I thought you were someone else.
Yes, Mrs. Fisher.
Yeah, you know, when you see Mr. Fisher come aboard, please tell him I'm waiting.
Yes, Mrs. Fisher.
You know, it's not even 2 weeks since we sailed and left New York, and now look, I'm gonna kill my husband.
Mrs. Fisher,
Yeah, well, don't worry, I'm only kidding, I think.
in America, to kill a husband seems to be common.
Well, this would be justifiable homicide.
But the party Mrs. Fisher is giving,
Oh, I almost forgot. Arthur, is everything ready? The hors d'oeuvre, you know, those little things on crackers, and the cocktails. Martinis and Manhattans, I think, are safe.
all is ready.
If I do anything wrong, Arthur, you give me the high sign.
High sign?
I mean, you know, imagine me as something if I'm not taking care of my guests. This is out of my line, you know. I've never been much of a hostess.
And then you win this contest.
Yeah, and here I am, right on the same deck with the most important people on the ship. As soon as Ham gets his trucks paid for, we'll be moving into the big time, and I gotta know how to behave. I gotta get practice at it.
Mrs. Fisher is not to worry. I will help.
It kind of scares me, you know. They're all so nice to me. The Watsons, the Simpson sisters, even Lily and Gregory. What they know about me, they know I'm not like they are. I'm a lady, you know, though. Everything I've done has been above board. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know.
Well, 14 years I've been engaged to him. Then I win this contest, and naturally he has to marry me or he couldn't come. 14 years I wait. Now what happens? Less than a month, and I hope he misses the ship. That's what I hope. That's a good name for our suite, the Borgias.
You will let me know when to bring in the cocktails? Just press the button.
Yeah, all right, Arthur, thank you. Don't forget, if I do anything wrong, you tell me.
Yes, yes.
Hey, honey! Oh, baby. Well, you're not mad at me, are you, sweetie?
Why do men think a kiss will fix everything? It's at the bottom of my list of things I would appreciate right at this moment.
Honey, baby.
Hamilton, Fisher, get away from me. We are through.
Sugar, come on, after all these years?
How could you be so stupid? So utterly stupid?
Listen, I was winning plenty. And then you have to start screaming at me. I left right after that next hand. I started searching for you. I looked everywhere for you.
Yeah, I win this contest. I get us introduced to the best people on the ship. We even win a whole spending allowance. And what do? Do you absorb the culture of the peasants? Do you look in awe at Sugarloaf Mountain? Do you see the world? No, not my great big hunk of a hunk. Not my Hamilton. No. He drags himself into a dark barroom in the best hotel in town and gets into a poker game. You could do that back home at Chancey's Bar and Grill on the corner.
But, honey,
Yeah, but you lost.
I did not. I had a whole stack of pesos. Thousands of dollars. Hundreds. I even drew an inside straight, and I made it. Look at this, honey. This is thousands of bucks.
Yeah, did you think to ask about the exchange?
Stock exchange?
No, the rate of exchange on the American dollar.
Huh?
Hamilton, you have lots of paper there, but if you convert it into dollars, you probably have $7.
Well, look, what, two?
You don't understand. One of those is not worth $1.
Well, how can it be worth less than $1? $1 is the smallest paper money they make.
I don't mean to shock you, but you're in Brazil now. A dime can be paper money for all you know in these foreign countries.
A dime?
Now do you think you're so smart? Now are you sure you're the greatest gambler since Columbus set sail? You stupid, that's what you are.
But honey, I got all this money. I put in $1, they put in whatever it is, you know.
Haven't I asked you not to gamble? Haven't I?
Yes, honey,
But nothing! I hope this teaches you a lesson. You're a rotten card player, and you cheat.
Ooh, Angie, that's low.
I know it, but you can't do it well enough, and someday you're going to find a bullet passing right through that stupid brain of yours.
All right, listen, calm down. I can win back this money before the cruise is over. I'll get that guy Drew Watson into a game. Or maybe one of the Simpson girls. They'll never know what hit him.
Listen to me. If you do that, we are through.
Honey, I'm only trying.
Hamilton, the discussion is closed. Now, we are giving a cocktail party to show our neighbors that we are the right kind of people. If you would stop thinking of yourself for a moment and help me, I would appreciate it. Arthur is serving the cocktails and cakes. And we're supposed to attend to the wants of our guests. At least that's what my hostess book says. If you would think of me once in a while, But no, you have no consideration for anyone else. I wish we were still engaged. You were nicer then. At least you wouldn't have left me alone and gone to play cards.
When we were engaged and I had a night off, you never knew what I was doing.
Oh, stop yelling and let the, oh no, wait a minute. Okay, now.
Oh, ladies, come on in. Would you like to have a drink? Sure.
Angie,
Oh,
this is
sure.
so nice hosting
Hi.
a party.
Hi. Hamilton, dear, press the buzzer.
What's for?
For Arthur.
Oh, all right.
At the door, please, dear.
Hey,
Hello there. Hello, Angie. It's the Watsons.
Hi, ladies.
Bring them in.
Good to see you,
Good
Ben.
to see you.
Francis, Drew, how grand of you to appear.
A cocktail party, how nice.
Sure. Great day today, wasn't it?
It was great, a beautiful day today.
Oh,
We're so glad you came.
We're delighted you asked us. Did you enjoy yourselves at the hotel? I saw you having lunch.
We had a marvelous lunch. And then we took a taxi through the town and up the mountain. What a spectacular view.
Really?
I didn't see you ashore today, Hamilton. Where did you hide out?
I was with some of the Brazilians, I always like to get the feel of the country, the touch of the natives. Oh, excuse me, people. Grand Central Station here.
Yeah, how nice of you to invite me.
Of course, please, be seated.
Am I the first?
No, the last.
Oh, I'm such a
Mrs. Gregory, do come in. And please, call me Angie.
Angie, Francis, and Drew, how pleasant.
Well, did you have a good day ashore?
How are you?
And the sister Simpson.
Hello, Mrs. Gregory.
Happy Rio.
Thank you.
How are you, Mrs. Gregory?
Oh, I'm exhausted. I'm so exhausted. What with all that trying to get to the beach and then all that shopping, I may never be the same again.
Fine, Arthur, just pass them around, please.
Yes, Mrs. Fisher.
Thank you.
Skip the drinks, I'll take one of the munchies. Thank you.
I hope we have more horse.
I'll have one of the canapes.
Thank you, Arthur.
It's so interesting. We're leaving South America and we're on our way to Africa. It's been 2 years since I've been in Cape Town last. I took that trip into the interior. Fascinating. Totally fascinating. All those reptiles squirming on the floor. The monkeys and animals flying through the air. Unbelievable. I thought these ships were supposed to be protected from mosquitoes.
I'm feeling something too.
It's biting my leg.
Carol, this reminds me of the senior picnic in Rockaway.
Her and these swinging monkeys, I bet you she brought them on board.
Beg your pardon, but this has happened before. I believe it is the plant. It was gotten from the gardens, yes?
Yes.
They are just sold to the tourists. They do contain, how do you say?
Bugs?
Oh,
A hot bath will take care of them, I'm sure.
You must forgive me. My first party on shipboard and now this happens. I wanted to be so nice, but now look.
Thank you for the party anyway. It was a nice idea.
just a minute. Angie didn't buy those flowers. I bought them. I'm the one to blame. She had a nice party for you folks, and I spoiled it for her.
No, Ham, don't blame yourself.
It's all right, that's all right. Sorry.
Thank you.
Look, thanks for inviting us. You know, I have a suggestion. Why don't we all take a shower and get back here in an hour?
Would you?
Absolutely. We'll take a shower. We'll be back in an hour.
This was so much fun. Vera and I always run the senior picnic in Rockaway, so we're used to bugs.
Carol, those were Rockaway bugs. These are foreign bugs. They could be poisonous.
Ooh, we better take a bath. Well,
Thanks so much, I appreciate it.
Oh, don't worry, Mrs. Fisher. This could happen to anyone.
Yeah. Oh, honey, they all took it well. They're such a nice bunch of people.
Ham, oh,
Honey, don't cry. It's all right. They said they'll be back in an
Ham.
hour.
Not that, it's you.
Me?
Yeah, you big lug. You took the blame. You said you bought the sweetest name for me. I'm the Borgia, and you're... Oh, Hamilton, I'm sorry I was so mean. I don't care if you throw our money overboard. I love you.
Oh, sweetie. Baby.
Hamilton! Angie! She's not here.
But you know, we're expecting. Well, let's just go wait.
Isn't that considered trespassing?
Oh, that's a landlord's law. We're safe.
Let's sit on the bench.
You know, you did come here to play cards.
What harm can a little card game do?
Well, you know what the passengers all say about Hamilton. He's trying to play for money, so you better be careful.
I can take care of myself.
Carol, I know. But you know, if you lose, it comes out of your pocketbook.
It's a deal. Isn't it a beautiful day? It's starting to get warm again. Poor Drew. He really did want to go through the Panama Canal. Do you think that angels get to come back to Earth and take a cruise every once in a while?
I hope so. You know, it's funny how people have almost forgotten about poor Drew. I mean, everyone was so shocked when he died. Oh, and then Fran decided to stay on the ship. But, you know, I think she was right. I think Drew would have wanted her to do that.
She's such a sweet person.
Oh, I agree. Should we answer that?
No, it wouldn't look proper.
Well, just Yahoo.
Okay. Yahoo! Come in! We're in here. Angie and Hamilton are in, but you can wait with us. Should we?
We might as well. As a matter of fact, we were looking for both of you. Lillian and I are looking forward to going on shore when we get to the Panama Canal to do the nightclub scene. And the cruise director said there's a lot to see, so we were hoping that you might want to come with us.
Just a small group, you know, but it'll be more fun than going at ones and twos.
It would do us good, I think. We need some nightlife. Put us down, Fran. We'd be delighted to join you.
Good. Lillian and I are off to the bridge tournament. Lillian, we're going to win this game or give up the game and stick to bingo.
We sure are, and just to think 3 months ago, I hated bridge.
Well, enjoy yourselves, ladies.
Thank you.
See you later.
We got company.
Oh, good.
I hope you don't mind our just walking in like
Oh, of
this.
course not. It's a nice surprise.
But we're expected. Hamilton invited me down for a small game of cards.
Ham?
You know, just to while away the time.
Angie, why don't you come sit with me and we can just sit and gossip, kibitz, while Carol plays cards?
That's a great idea. Come on, Carol, we can play right here, shall we?
Suits me.
Come on, have a seat. Okay, what we need is a deck of cards. Here we go. We're all set. You know, I was kind of surprised to find out that you play poker.
Oh, I love it. As long as I can remember what beats what.
All right, well, some people think that two-handed poker's silly. But if you have a little something you're playing for,
Oh, yes, a little
a
something.
little like $1 a chip,
$1?
that's reasonable.
Well, they're so pretty, I guess it wouldn't do any harm.
No, none at all. Here, you deal first.
It's 5 cards, right?
Vera, I'm so
Sure.
upset. You've got to stop this. Ham will take all his money.
Nonsense, just don't worry.
Nonsense. He takes advantage of suckers of people like Carol. I stop him whenever I can. I didn't know about this.
Poor Angie, you're just too right up. Everything will be all right. Carol knows what she's doing.
Yeah, but him sort of cheats a little here and there.
So does Carol. Cards are her hobby. It's inherited, I'm afraid, from our grandfather Kemper.
Yeah, but this is for money.
Did you ever hear of an old book called Cheating Can Be Fun?
Oh, yeah, that's Ham's textbook.
Ah, well, our grandfather Kemper wrote the book, and he didn't put half the things in it that he taught Carol. What? She took to cheating just like a Japanese beetle to a petunia.
Well, tough luck, Carol, old girl, but I got it straight.
Don't worry.
Wait a minute. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
I go straight through Jack.
What? What?
I believe I win.
So if you're sure Carol will
All
win,
right.
I'm all for it. Ham has to be cured once and for all.
Believe me, this is the way to do it.
Carol will win.
Of course. Come on, we can just peek.
All right, here we go. Okay, let's take a look. You bet.
Ooh, okay, 3.
That's $30.
You said they were $1 apiece.
No. The red ones are $10 each.
Oh, goodness.
All right, well, I'll see you that $30. And I'll raise you 50 more.
$50? Heavens to Patsy.
Okay.
Well, okay. What do you got?
Just pure luck, that's all. Here we are, 3 lovely kings. I bet you have 3 queens.
How did you ever know that?
Psychic, that's all. Am I right?
You're right, absolutely. 3 queens
Mhm.
and 2 jacks.
Wait
Yes,
a minute.
Vera, look, I'm winning.
Shall we come on? I'd enjoy nothing more.
Just be careful, Carol.
Yeah, how's my strong ham doing?
Cut it out, Angie, I'm just getting warmed up. What's your deal, Carol?
Well, I'm not very good at this. I'm sort of clumsy. I wonder how Grandpa Kemper would like the way I shuffle.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
Yeah, he'd be fine with it, believe me.
Oops. I am such a butterfingers.
You're doing all right.
There we are, all together again, all 54 of them.
52.
52? Really?
Okay.
Vera, did you know that?
Okay.
Cut.
All right. Ooh, I think I've got you this time. I'm gonna start off with another 50.
Okay, I guess I better let you try to win back some of the money you lost.
Well, my time is coming.
Okay? How many cards do you want?
2.
Okay. 1, 2. I don't know what to do. Guess I'll take 4.
All right, I'll bet 50.
Okay, I'll see you, and I'll raise you 5 of these cobalt blue ones.
The blue ones are $100.
$100?
Yeah, you know, $100.
$100? I better not.
Oh, but you already have. You can't take back a bet. That's welching.
I can't.
No!
Okay. And I'll raise you another 500.
What?
Angie, don't worry. It's all right.
Goodness.
Oh, let's see here. All
Feeling
right.
better?
Much better. I'll see you 500, and I'll raise you 500 more.
Heavens, this is getting to be rather much. But okay, I guess I'll see you.
All right, here you go. You don't see a hand like this very often. 1, 2, 3, 4 aces.
Oh dear.
Oh, what did you have that was worth all this money?
Well, I have a straight and here, look at this.
What's that all about?
Well, Ham, you're not going to believe this. I have a straight. The picture cards right through the ace, but I just noticed they're all spades. That makes it a straight flush. A straight royal flush. I believe that's the highest hand you can have.
Wait a minute. That makes 5 aces on the table. Something screwy's going on here.
I agree with you, Ham. That is very unusual. I think I'm going to... Excuse me. Why, Hamilton Fisher.
You big dope, you've been taken by a professional.
You?
Sure.
Our grandfather Kemper wrote your favorite book on cheating, Ham.
I don't believe it.
I told Vera to stop the game, and she persuaded me to let you go ahead and make a fool of yourself.
Well,
You might learn a lesson.
I guess I have.
You can keep your chips, Sam. I'm very sorry about the whole thing. But you really wanted to play cards with everyone on the ship, and I like to keep my hand in occasionally.
Well, I guess you have. All right.
You can keep the chips, and you can keep your money. Vera and I will settle for a ginger ale in the Napoli bar.
Certainly, it's a deal. You know, let's go.
We'll be with you in a few minutes. There's something I have to do first. See them to door, will you, Hamilton?
Oh, gladly.
And thanks, ladies. You've done us a big favor.
Oh, it's been fun.
Yeah. I'm glad I learned my lesson now, you know, before I get the big time.
And just in case you want to play another game of cards,
Yeah?
here's the rest of your deck.
Oh. Can you beat that? An old girl like Carol taking me in?
Uh-huh.
I guess it's a good thing I'm part owner of a fleet of trucks.
Uh-huh.
It'll be years before we can afford another trip like this, honey.
Uh-huh.
You can't expect to win something like this every
Now,
year.
wait a minute. How's this sound? Waxo makes a floor shine. Your floors and mine. It's easy to use. Chases away the blues. There is really nothing so fun.
Sounds good, but what is it?
It's a new contest. Listen to the rules. Complete the following jingle and win a trip to the Mediterranean for you, your husband, and your daughter. Your baby will be named Miss Waxo. Contest closes the first of the year.
Well, that doesn't sound right. It says for you, your husband, and your... Oh my God!
Oh, yes, Daddy!
Oh, baby! You are the greatest! Come on, I'm gonna buy the whole ship a drink. You can have milk on the rocks.
I love it.
What a world! What a...
Can we afford it?
Of course we can. Look, I won't gamble anymore.
What a wonderful world!
We want to thank you for being a wonderful audience. And there's just someone I'd like to introduce right now, and that is the wonderful crew backstage.
Absolutely.
Would you all lighting, props,
great.
I'd like to thank the director by presenting her with these beautiful flowers. We couldn't have done it without her.
Thank you, Joe.